So if I were to guess how this works,
Yeah.
We do some jokes, we talk about stuff, and every now and then we do the Barry White.
Whoa. Is that Barry White? That's kind of racist. This seems more like the True Lies filter. Do you know what I'm talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Why you're changing your voice into it? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's like when people... Well, I cause it to be a little bit lower by me dropping my voice. Otherwise, it's just, this is my talking voice. It's not as...
When you lower your voice into the machine...
The voice modulator.
Modulates it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you suck on a helium balloon and then before talking, you kind of... It's cheating.
You think this is cheating?
And we'll be right back with a sponsor. If you're looking for just the right flooring, you need choices. At Marshall Carpet One, you'll find thousands of choices, including carpet, hardwood, rugs, and luxury vinyl. So make the right choice and visit Marshall Carpet One and Rug Gallery. And we promise, with more than 50 years as a family-owned business, we've got you covered.
My monitor keeps cutting out. I'm sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Do you make edits in your podcast? Like, are you going to cut out that part that you just said?
I might. It depends.
Now I'm quiet again. You know what? I'm not going to complain.
The monitors are a little funky.
Something's
I don't
going
know.
on.
Something's going on with this box right here.
Hello. No, like I could. Hello. I think it's in here a little bit, but I could barely. Let's try something that. Let me whisper.
Check. I got nothing right now.
Yeah, I have a little bit.
Hey, can we we switch back to the other chair?
Hi, Radio Shack. Yeah, we're gonna need some more equipment. Hey, Fisher Price. I don't think your products are working.
Hey, Papa John's, we're gonna need a couple of slices of za.
Hey, John, I'll take you to the airport tomorrow around 10:20.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, I hear you great.
This is the best that mine has been. Yep.
Hello? Okay. All right. Ooh.
Okay.
That's good. Now let me see what's going on with this.
Hello.
Okay. Very fun.
Okay.
Very cool.
All right.
Very cool.
I think we're good now.
Could we bring mine up a little bit more? Hello? Yeah, that's great. I hope I'm not messing with your mix. We guys are comfortable where this is at? This is just my line, right?
I'm cool with this.
Great.
We're good.
All right. And we'll be right back with a word from our sponsor, Marshall Rug Gallery. If you're looking for just the right flooring, you need choices. At Marshall Carpet One, you'll find thousands of choices, including carpet, hardwood, rugs, and luxury vinyl. So make the right choice and visit Marshall Carpet One and Rug Gallery. And we promise, with more than 50 years as a family-owned business, we've got you covered.
And we're back. Okay. Hey,
man.
Hey, what's going on?
Good. How are you?
Okay.
All right. Don't want to get caught in that one.
Nope. Not getting me too.
Yeah. Or unless, that's something that
Unless
you're
into it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a...
I don't want to put on you.
No. So I was thinking, do you want to do a podcast?
What? I can't hear you. I'm going to do my impression of a guy that can't hear things very well because of the headphones or the person's being quiet.
Yeah.
But the only way he's learned to ask people to be louder is from seeing this in comedy clubs and concerts.
Okay, I love that.
Okay.
So I was just kind of wondering whether or not you want to come over to lunch one of these days, or...
I'm sorry, Jeremiah, but I can hear you! Woo!
I think that was pretty good. We're getting claps. We're getting claps off screen. We've never got a clapping ovation from behind.
Was there one? I'm sorry, but if you boys are clapping out there, I suggest you do it a little louder. Woo!
I bandwagoned on that one. I hopped on board.
We'll be right back from a word from our sponsors. And we're back.
Some of these will be put in, and then some of them won't.
Yeah, well, that's where the saying comes from.
Yeah.
Some of these will be put in, and some of them won't.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was a different time.
And in Canada, they say some of these will be poutine, and then some of these won't.
And in Russia, they say some of these will be Putin,
and some of them won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at my house with my Jewish parents, they'll say some of us might be pooping, but some of us won't. I don't know.
Indigestion.
We'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm happy to have you on.
Thank you.
Hey, I really like what?
Oh, I was just saying hi.
Oh,
back.
Hey. I really like your theme song.
Thank you so much.
On Take Your Shoes Off, which, wow, are those available, Rick? Those Take Your Shoes Off?
No, they're not. I don't have merchandise.
I like that even more. There's only one.
There's a few. I made a few
floating around.
There's a few floating around.
Yeah. You're testing the waters with them.
Yeah, I'm testing some water. I mean, literally a few. There's like just a few friends and family have them.
Yeah, I like that.
They're so expensive.
Oh, yeah, those ringer tees, absolutely.
Yeah. So I was just experimenting through with it. But if you know the theme song, I would love to. If you like the theme song, I'd love to hear you sing it. Here's where I think maybe if you edit it and then you could just lip the theme song. I'll like pretending I'll be playing on this and you just go, you know, and we'll oh, you do know it though. I hope that I don't want to direct anything, but I will suggest, could you just take out me giving him direction on that? Because I want you to do whatever you do.
Sure.
But I will.
I'll do my best impression of the theme song from what I remember of it.
Okay. You're a fan of the theme song?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the theme song, and I was wondering, like, we hooked up a keyboard and we brought it in. I figured we could do the theme song, and maybe if you want, we could maybe do a little jam.
I'm open to the jam. I am, however, very excited about hearing you sing this.
My rendition?
Yeah, of the theme song.
Okay.
Is this something I could play for real? Because
yeah.
Love it.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Do you really know it?
I know, like, the gist of it.
There only is a gist. It is a gist.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm flattered that you know that. That's my buddy Casey Abrams who sings it. And we'll go ahead and we'll put it in right here.
The actual version. Man, it was almost like replicating
each other's sentences. Yeah, man.
Do you want to play a little something? And I have my sax.
Yeah, I could do that. Is it okay if we ease into that though?
Yeah, no, I don't want to put any pressure on that.
Yeah, I would just rather, because we haven't seen each other in a really long time.
Let's catch up.
And that's what reminds me of what the baby tomato said to the mom tomato, which was, could we just ease into this?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't remember.
Man, that was started, man.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh. Jeremiah, this podcast setup that you have is how most podcasts are set up, which is we're kind of set to like the 180. We're facing in the same direction, which makes for an easy visual. But it's like now I'm to my right, and I don't have to my right instincts.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm wanting to do this, look out.
Well, you can as much as you want, because that's our main camera right there, and then that's your camera over there, and that's my camera right there.
What's your favorite camera?
I mean, I kind of like this one and that one, but I mean, I could
because you were using
lean in
earlier
a little bit to.
Jeremiah, your podcast is going well, right?
Yeah, things are good.
Yeah? Is this a lot of work for you?
It's a lot of work. My buddies Gage T Arena and Anthony Whitlocks, they're the guys behind the glass over there.
Shout out to Jace and Anthony.
Shout out to Jason Anthony, guys.
We'll cut to a clip.
Guys. They help me tremendously on the producing, the editing side.
Yeah.
When I first started off doing it, I was doing all the edits and everything. And do you do your own editing on your podcast?
As of recently, shout out to Perry Grown. Perry's been helping me out on a lot of them, but it's a very time consuming thing. It's very time consuming, and especially I'm giving myself a lot of work that I don't know if I need to be doing.
Right.
But yeah, and this setup you have with the different mics and the instruments, and you have a nice little studio in here, and you have people behind the glass, which is cool. It's like you got a production going. So
Yeah.
that must be such a load off.
I'm super, super grateful. Yeah. Shout out to Betterbox Studios and Speedweed for helping me produce this thing.
Oh, are they sponsoring you?
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
How many episodes did you do before you started getting help like this?
I probably did somewhere in before we did it here, I probably did 60 or some episodes from my home.
Was that
page.
a different podcast than when I came on with my dad?
You
That was
did
a different
85 before.
I did 85 before
How
I
many have
came
you
here.
done?
Melissa was the first one that you did here, and that was
Wow.
episode 85.
Wow.
How many? What number are you guys at?
This is episode 102 or
102.
3.
You did it.
Depending on, yeah.
You got to 102 or 3?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We did.
Congratulations.
We did a 100th episode special that's out right now.
What made it special?
We did special intros, and we loaded up best of clips from all of the 100 episodes that we could find that were voted like from the listeners and stuff like that, and just did literally I introed we did segments where I was some of my original characters introducing.
Oh, cool. Was it a
parts of the
longer
show.
episode?
Yeah, it was like a 2-hour episode.
Best of,
Man.
man, 100 plus. Congrats.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Thanks, dude. Yeah. You and your dad, which I love that episode. I wish I had video of that episode because you and your dad did the building years with Justin Alexio and I, and it's one of the best like audio podcasts that Justin and I ever did together.
Oh, that's
like,
amazing.
It was great.
My dad was excited that I was coming to do this.
Yeah.
He's like, he goes, Jeremiah, I go, Watkins. He always says
Watkins. I love your dad.
Same.
I think everybody loves your dad.
My dad does well.
He's
my
very,
dad,
he
both my
tests
parents.
well.
He does.
He tests well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
So what do we do now? Because I feel like I maybe negated you with the music, so I could do it, but I just wanted to ease in a little.
Not at all. We'll get to the music in a second now. I do like that we get a chance to catch up a little bit because it has been a minute.
Mhm.
We used to see each other most days of the week because we started off in the open mic scene together. You were like a class above me because like I mentioned when you did the other podcast years ago, but I'll refresh. You and DeWalt and those guys were like, when I moved into LA, you guys were like the cool guys that I was like, man, these guys are cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's funny because like the weirdos like you would think that like, no, I mean, yeah, you know what? You're right. We were the cool guys
Because
we were the weird ones that nobody liked.
Well, that's what I am drawn to.
The
though.
weird ones that
I am
nobody
one of-
likes.
Yeah. I saw you doing avant-garde stuff on stage, and I'm like, I do that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so you
We
just
connected very fast.
Oh, very quickly. Like we started riffing right away. There's only a couple people who I will riff with for so long where it's almost like we have to end this, otherwise this is going to go all night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that about you.
Thank you so much. I like that about you.
Yeah.
It's also an interesting dynamic of when you match frequencies with somebody versus self-awareness of just what you need to validate and to feel safe and to feel valued. And over the past few years, I've started to understand how my always being on sometimes is beneficial and connective.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm exhausting everybody, including myself.
It can be the latter sometimes.
It was usually the latter. But with you, and
We just go.
That's amazing that you didn't feel that way. So thank you so much. But I didn't bother you as much as everybody else. But yeah, whenever I'm around you, it's just it was especially when you're doing open mics and you're waiting 3 hours to maybe get up for a few minutes. Like you need to stay away. Like being around people like there's a few comedians like
you have little life rafts along the way. They're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, well, you're like a coffee.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know,
Well,
it's
pick me
like,
up.
yeah, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Jeremiah comes in with a wig and goes, hey guys, want a party? And I go, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You had so many sound makers there.
I know, a lot of sound makers.
Yeah, but now you're a family man and you quit stand up. And
I know, I have 9 children.
you have 9 kids.
I have 9.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
I actually have a little surprise for you. We brought them all out. Like,
No.
Yeah. Would
They're
you name
here?
them all?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Starting with this one who just walked in.
Oh, that's Terry.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, can we? Daddy's working.
Could you just name the 9 of them real quick?
Yeah. Terry, Jared, Ingrid, Bobby, Bojack, Dylan, Felicity, May, April.
Right. So there's Terry, and then go ahead with the other 8. I know Bojack was in there.
Terry, Bojack, Billy.
Nope.
Terry. That's one of his nicknames.
All right.
Bobby.
All right. Thank you so much.
Terry, Bojack, Bobby, Ingrid, May, April,
June. How do you feel? How am I?
I love this.
Am I okay with you here? Am I?
Oh, Rick.
I think you're doing great, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems racist.
Why though?
Because you're not just doing the voice, you're also doing the voice behind it.
So just because if I just did this,
Yes.
then you don't find this.
That's voice modulation, not cultural appropriation, which is actually a shirt I am selling.
Okay.
That's voice modulation, not cultural appropriation.
Man, this is voice modulation, not cultural appropriation.
Could I do this voice? Is there one that can make me sound like British or?
No, we don't have that kind of technology.
Let me see. I feel like you do.
Okay, actually, I think we
I mean, just so it's such a cop out. Oh, I get it. No, but if you push this, it says, yeah.
Oh, that's you. Oh, that's the British voice.
Yeah, I got it. That's right here.
Yeah. Lean into it. That's the British mic.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, well,
I'm being I know. I have to cut myself.
It's
off.
too much, right? It's too spot on British.
It's too real. It sounds like I'm talking to my mother-in-law.
It's like you're talking to your mother-in-law from across the pond.
Oh.
Speaking of wigs, I actually have a segment that I didn't tell you about that I'm going to have us do right now.
Okay. Since we're speaking of them.
It's called Wig. Stagehand. Thank you. All right. I have a box of wigs here and even some mustaches because I figured why not?
You know, those, I just did, I had Eric Griffin on mine today and I'm big into the mustache game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And we were talking about these and how these are just, they're not, spend money on real mustaches so you could buy the cheap double sticky sided tape. You could get you could reuse a mustache so many times if it's a good quality mustache.
Okay.
So I legitimately, I have about an $800 a year budget on my mustaches.
Do you really?
No, but I spend, I spend like $20 every few months.
Right. I mean, that's about the same price.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, you must ash them to me. We'll be right back with a word from our sponsor.
Right after this. Okay, so I am going to pick a wig for you. You're going to pick a wig for me. And then we're going to figure out who these people are together.
Okay.
But you naturally were drawn to this one. So I want you grabbed that right away and you saw what was in here.
I see a box of wigs. I'm not going to keep my hands to myself.
Okay. So choose one for me now since I just chose that one.
Oh.
This one right here? This one?
This one.
Interesting that you chose this one.
Mm. I'm embarrassed. I normally bring wigs, but nobody lets me wear them.
Hi, I'm Rick Glassman, and
It's funny. Go.
keep going.
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, you may have seen me on The Sixth Lead on NBC Digital, award-winning film. It's good to be here on Jeremiah Wonders.
And how you guys doing? My name is Tom O'Brien, and boy, are my arms tired.
Okay, we'll figure out. I brought the glasses just in case you chose this one to be Rick.
Thanks for telling me the truth. Most people would have just put on the glasses, but
No, I
let me know.
that's a little behind the scenes of what's going on here. Okay, so we got to figure out who these people are. I feel like you are. You could possibly you might work in the canned food industry.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, and I think that you're very maybe you're a little bit of germophobic. Maybe
I could see that.
maybe you're kind of like you're easily put upon. Like you don't.
What does
really,
that mean? Easily put upon.
You have a problem with everything. You're easily.
Seems
triggered.
like you're just describing a Jewish person.
What?
It seems like you're just describing a Jewish person.
You have allergies. Yeah, you sometimes feel things queasy in your stomach.
Right.
You hang out at delis.
Yeah, you're making my point even more.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's just like what I'm
You got it. I'm a Jew who works in a can factory. It reminds me of
I
my
don't
Uncle
wanna-
Morton.
Hey, man. I mean,
I don't want to put a label on it or nothing.
All right, yeah, we could just do something else then.
okay. How about you are a guy who is you work at a library.
Wait, why are you changing it?
What do you mean?
I worked in a can factory.
Oh, you do?
You just told me that.
Oh, you work in a can factory?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, then. Yeah, that's who you are.
Okay.
Okay, great. Who do you think I am?
You're gonna think I'm making this up.
No.
Okay. The truth is, you work at the same can factory as me, and I had only been there for a year. You had been there for 8, and I got the big promotion over you. And you have this odd sense of wanting to please me, but at the same time feeling unbelievably resentful, especially because I'm always nagging about my arthritis and my IBS. And it's like, he doesn't work. You'd think somebody that has all these food problems wouldn't want to work in a place that basically makes a living selling sodium.
Your name's Mort?
I'm sorry, Bill, but I can't hear you. What did you say?
I said my name's Bill.
Oh,
All right. My name is Bill.
all right. I'm going to tell you the truth, Bill.
What's the truth? What's the truth here, Mort? Huh? What's the truth?
The truth is,
What's the truth here, Mort?
oh, all right. I'm going to do a character then with you. If we're doing voices.
We're gonna do the characters, okay?
All right. All right. I want to start over.
Okay.
But just from now. Just from
Yeah.
now. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Because I want to get rid of that. I want to tell you the truth thing.
Tell me the truth, and then we'll get into it.
Here's the truth.
What's the truth?
You're the guy.
Hey, you're the guy.
My man.
All right, my man.
Okay, so I mean, this feels like like when you have to do improv scenes and you don't have the juice, and it's like, no, I mean, I do this, I can do this.
Hey, Mort.
Yeah.
Congrats on your congrats on that promotion.
Thanks. Yes.
It seems like you worked really hard for that. So
listen, you come in, you work.
congratulations is due from one man to another who's been at the company a long time. How long have you been here again?
I'm sorry, it's been a year, but you said the word "do," and I can't do anything other than think about taking a crap right now. I've had 9 voices. I don't have the skill set, man. I'm so impressed with people who do it.
Listen, I think you, I think that it's a great thing that you got promoted here.
Yeah.
At Walter and Walter Canned Goods. But
You didn't hear that they're changing it to the 3 Walters?
they just changed it to the 3 Walt.
My idea. I've been passing. I suggested the 3 Walters.
It's been the same name for 60 years.
Yeah.
My father worked in this factory when it was called Walter and Walter. Okay.
It was actually Walter, and Walter.
Oh, like so the
One and.
it was an and then the other one was an ampersand.
Dude, I tell you something. All right.
What do you
I can tell you something. This is your podcast, and you got the instincts. But where my head is going right now
Where's your
is
head?
we need to turn this
It's
up
just
another level. Boom, 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 boom. How you guys doing? My name is Morton, and I work at a can factory.
But on the weekends, he is a piano lounge act.
And on the weekends, I do it for fun. On the weekdays, I do it for a job.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, may old acquaintance. How does that all laying sung?
Hello.
Be may. Tell me the words after this. May old acquaintance be forgotten. what is that part? And also, can we do something getting the sustain pedal to work?
Hey, boys, do we have sustain in here? Yeah. All right.
Oh, you know what the problem is? We have it set to where it's you push it and it holds. How do I do it?
Since we're gonna be working together now, then now that you're my superior, then maybe let me play with you.
I would love that.
Okay.
Or should I say, huh? Oh, I do want to sing that Olane whatever thing. Do you know how that goes?
All forgotten
No.
words on me. No.
May,
No,
may
how
old
it goes.
acquaintance be forgot. I know
May
that.
all acquaintances be forgotten.
And then what?
And all be gone with him.
That sounds real good. I want to try that again.
Okay.
I understand it. Hold on a sec.
Oh, we got the lyrics over here, and
Let me see that.
should all
Old.
acquaintance,
A-U-L-D, not A-L-L, A-U-L-D.
should old
It's got to be a German word.
acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind.
Should all
the acquaintance be forgot.
Thank you. And there's a hand. Here, I can't. I'm not going to be able to. And
Yeah.
that's fine. Oh, no, don't worry about it.
Acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. And there's a hand might trust the friend and scroll the other way. No, that's the wrong way. It's the wrong way. You're scrolling. You're scrolling up when you should be scrolling down.
Be forgot and all scroll the other way.
Should all acquaintance be forgot and all the other words?
May all acquaintance be forgot and scroll the other way.
What else you got? 2, 3, 4. It's a little bit funny. It's feeling inside.
Who can easily hide? Oh, I.
No, I don't have much money, but there's some best
But is
I can do.
I
Gift is my song and just one's for you. Hope you don't mind, hope you don't mind that I'm born down How wonderful life is.
If I were able to sing for real, I would be singing so much.
When you're in my world.
Are you a good singer?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can I see you like sing not funny singing?
Not funny?
Yeah,
Okay.
can I hear you? Should I play
You want-
something or do you have it?
Yeah, we'll take the wigs off for a second. Let's get into the jam section.
How poetic to take the wigs off so we could actually be sincere.
can actually be
yeah, you're going to really try?
I'm going to try now.
Okay.
Oh, I love this song.
You sweeter than you. I will never find another love sweeter than you, sweeter than you. Close to me, you're like my brother. Close to me, you're like my father. Close to me, you're like my sister. Holding me like my brother. You are the only one I'll ever know. And I went and say it in all my life. I pray for someone like you. And I thank God that I finally found you. All my life, I pray for someone like you. Yes, I pray that you feel the same way too. And I pray that you feel the same way too. Never fall in love with a stranger. All I'm thinking of, I praise the Lord above for sending me your love. I cherish every hug, and I really love. All my life, I pray for someone like you, and I think that I find. All my life, I pray for someone like you, and I hope that you feel the same way.
I'm picturing you on a first date and singing to her and then pulling that out and blowing it so hard while staring at her. I didn't know what you were doing and it looked like you looked like you were crying. Look at the camera like you.
Here, play that.
The same thing? We'll be right back with a word from our sponsor. We should cut back, and then you should be wearing my clothes, and they should cut my hair to like your hair, and we should curl your hair like it's like my hair, and then we should both get tattoos that says "I'm with stupid."
Okay. Can we do that?
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Okay, we'll be right.
If you're looking for just the right flooring, you need choices. At Marshall Carpet One, you'll find thousands of choices, including carpet, hardwood, rugs, and luxury vinyl. So make the right choice and visit Marshall Carpet One and Rug Gallery. And we promise, with more than 50 years as a family-owned business, we've got you covered. How is this going?
I really like it.
I'm sorry, but I can't hear you. I need a second to reload.
I think something's happening here. Do you feel it? Do you feel it today?
Yeah.
I think something's happening.
Yeah.
Here.
All right, we got it.
All right, we got it.
We got it.
Cool. That's a new segment. I've never done that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Selfie.
Do you have a theme song for it?
I think we got to, yeah, we have it right here.
When you're with your friends and you wanna have a memory, but you don't have time to print pictures at a Walgreens. You pull out your phone.
That's not bad.
Okay.
Is it great? Yes. Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Your podcast. We've done a lot of silly stuff. You do a silly podcast.
Uh-huh.
How often are your podcasts not jokes? Sincerely. And how do you feel about them during and after?
I would say 1 out of every probably 5 or 6 are not as jokey as the other ones. You know what I mean? This is on the high.
Yeah, which is great.
This is on
Thank
the
you
high.
for having me.
Absolutely.
And I hope your audience is as patient with me as you are, because I'm having a really nice time with you.
I'm having a great time.
Thank you.
I mean, I think that what makes for the best podcast is a mixture.
Yeah.
So like
mixture within the episode,
within the episode. So like, you know, we've done some songs, done some wigs.
Just imagining being in an argument with your partner because like you're always being silly. Listen, sure. Are we going to do some songs? Are we going to play with some wigs?
Yeah. Are we going to do that? Yeah. Yeah. Is this an issue right now? Yeah, absolutely. But I think that the best podcast like are when you have a chance to get to know the person a little bit. And then you also
say you. Do you mean you or do you mean the audience? Because you might have.
I think the audience naturally gets to know me because I'm in every episode.
No. What I mean is like, let's say you have somebody on who you know very well, but the audience hasn't met.
Mm-hmm.
You're not introducing the guest to you. You're in a way introducing them to the audience, which
to my listeners. Yeah. So I'm introducing you to my listeners.
So when I have somebody on that I don't know that well, it's like I'm meeting them and the audience is witnessing it. And that's or natural to me.
Yeah.
But if I already have a relationship with that person, I don't know the balance of how much exposition does the audience need on who this person is. I just like to play with them.
I think all the exposition that the audience needs is if I'm having a guest on my show, that means I love and respect them in some way.
Sure.
And they have my seal of approval.
So they just trust that this is a friend of yours.
Yeah. Like I don't have people on that I don't want to spend an hour with. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I'm doing a podcast and I'm so interested in what this person is saying. And then I'm realizing that I'm not being funny. And I say that from a place of insecurity and also a place of this definition of this is a comedy podcast. And I wonder, like, is this okay? And I've gotten better at it. But one of the struggles I was having with my podcast was because it's so long form, like there's pockets of these amazing jokes that I wanted to edit my podcast down to just the 5 minutes of fire. And, you know, like basically a comedians in cars getting coffee almost.
Yeah, like almost like a sizzle of like what happened within the hour.
And then and that could be behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah.
But then there's these moments where there's no bits and I don't have a good instinct. To me, when there's no bit, it's you know, throwing the life rafts. So I'm trying to be able to be easier in the pocket.
I think that's part of podcasting though, is like, since it is a longer form thing, just like with any like improv or sketch shows or something, there's going to be natural lulls maybe, but I think everybody trusts that it's going to come back to something fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when you put out a special, it's you've taken out all the water. It's as tight as it can be, and that's an hour of concentrated material. And when you find a lull, it's like, let's fix this or take it out.
Yeah.
But this by design is
well, this is
process.
This is a bingeable medium though, where specials are not supposed to. a special is supposed to be in an event when it's what it's designed for. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
they only like that's why HBO for a while and and some of the different networks and stuff they used to. Now we're in a different age, but they used to only give out a very few.
That's why it was called a special.
That's called a special. Yeah,
That's where the saying "that's why it was called a special" comes from.
It's called a special,
which is different than the voice modulation, is different than cultural appropriation. But both of those teas we could get at rickglassman.com.
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 RickGlassman.com for that ass.com.
Do you not like what I just did there?
You know, I don't want to steal.
Your eyes like went so like here, clutch this camera. Like here, now you be me. Ask me.
I get it.
Ask me.
I totally get it.
Do you not like what I just did? Say
Once
that.
again, I knew what to ask.
Yeah, say that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be you with your eyes. Make sure you're on this camera though. Okay, ready?
Okay. Did you not like that I just did that? Yeah. All right. Could we do a picture-in-picture to show how off that was?
It was pretty on.
Okay.
It was pretty on.
Okay.
All right, you do your interpretation now of the eyes that you thought you made.
Here's what I did.
Okay.
Go ahead. Ask me.
Do you not like what I just did there?
It was like that.
That's what it was? Yeah. That's your recollection of the eyes that you made?
TYROTEYTM.
Take your shoes off.
That's
the
your
moment you
recollection
walk
of the
in.
eyes that you just made.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There was a little. I have this little game that I do all the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't just make it up.
Okay.
It's speaking in riddle cadence,
Okay.
and I'd like to play that with you for a moment.
Okay.
So I drove here from Studio City, and I took an Uber. Okay. The Uber took 15 minutes to get here. It took 6 minutes for the Uber to come, but when I got here, it also took 2 minutes for me to get in. My question for you is,
Where were you coming from?
we'll be right back. Jeremiah,
So
you asked if I didn't like that, and I want to answer that.
okay.
I did. I had no. It was. Yeah, I liked it. You okay?
Yeah. What?
I did like that. I loved that when you said my podcast, my website name. I would love if you also talked about the podcast name and where everybody could find it.
Oh, Take Your Shoes Off?
Yeah, but Take Your Shoes Off is the name of the
Take Your Shoes Off is the name of Rick Glassman's podcast.
Yeah, so you could find it at youtube.com/Rick Glassman, or
youtube.com/Rick
you could even
Glassman.
just search
You could
Take Your
search.
Shoes Off.
I might even search for it right now.
So yeah,
So people should probably subscribe to that, right?
I mean, as long as they click the bell, otherwise don't waste your time.
That's actually the slogan of the podcast.
Click the bell. Or
Click the bell. Or don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Just waste your time. Do you have any like tour dates or anything that we can plug right now?
Nope.
Okay.
No tour dates.
Anything upcoming that people look out for you? with
When
their
is,
eyeballs?
when is this coming out?
Couple weeks.
Okay, this will come out after Christmas then.
Might come out right before.
Well, I'm doing a special thing starting December 23rd.
It might come out on December 23rd.
That's a Monday.
Yeah.
For 8 nights, I'm doing 8 mini holiday episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's really a special thing I'm doing because I've never done the YouTube premieres, and I'm going to do the.
I've never done that. No.
Eric Griffin does them all the time. He said he
work? Yeah.
I guess what it is, and for those of you who are watching this and not just listening, the YouTube premiere is you set a time. So you say Monday at 3 p.m. This is here. So everyone comes, and then everyone watches it together. And when you click on it, it says watch it with it's almost like live tweeting. So it plays and everybody's in there and you're in there and everyone's talking at the same time and it's a chat and it still counts as the actual episode itself, but it lets everybody basically live tweet, but the YouTube version of it together.
Okay, cool. So it's almost like live streaming something that's already taped. Is that right?
It is. It's live streaming something that's taped. It would be like watching anything you watch on TV. It goes from 8 to 8:30, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm doing that in those 8 nights, and we got a lot of great guests.
Okay.
And
heck yeah,
yeah,
I love that.
One of which
is the eight thing because of Hanukkah?
8 nights of Hanukkah.
Yeah.
I'm calling it 8 nights of Taiso, which is take your shoes off.
Okay.
My cousin suggested calling it 8 nights and 10 toes, but it would be 8 nights and 80 toes.
Yeah.
So get the fuck out of here, Miranda.
Yeah, what are you doing?
No disrespect. She's lovely.
Lovely lady.
Yeah, lovely lady.
So I'm gonna plug a couple tour dates real quick, and then we'll get back into more fun. I got another fun segment planned for you. I'm gonna be at Zany Chicago Rosemont January 2nd through 4th, and I'm gonna be at the Detroit Shipping Company on January 5th, and then look out for me in Tahoe on January 16th, UC Santa Barbara on the 18th, Calgary with Kill Tony the 23rd through the 25th, and I'll be in Helium, Buffalo, New York, February 6th through 8th, and Syracuse, New York at the Funny Bone, February 13th through 15th. Get tickets at jeremiahwatkins.com as well as that merch.
What kind of merch you got?
I have a couple of Jeremiah Wonders t-shirt designs, and I've got a bison t-shirt, which is like an inside joke from an episode of Jeremiah Wonders and Kill Tony.
You got a Jeremiah Wonders shirt?
Uh-huh.
You got one here?
Not with me, but I have.
If you send me one, I'd love to wear it on the podcast.
Yeah? Okay, cool. I'll give you one.
If you
what
know
size
I
are
mean.
you?
Let's just say I'm a large.
Whoa. Do you still work out a lot?
No, I had shoulder surgery December of last year, and I've been out of the gym since.
Really?
No. When people say really to me, it's like, "Ooh, trim the fat, guys. I want to get something to eat. Do you?
Really?
No.
No, I don't.
Yeah. But yes, all jokes aside.
Because there was a minute there when, especially you and John, you'd go to the gym a lot. You guys got freaking yoked.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened, man?
I had shoulder surgery.
Oh, okay.
It sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you still play basketball though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every Tuesday.
You're a very good basketball player.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
Do you think that you could let people know like the difference between saying, "Oh, you're good at basketball," and let them know that like it's an actual thing what I'm able to do?
So there's a different level of talent when it comes to comedians who play basketball and then actual athletes, right? And Rick Glassman is one of those guys who he could have probably played at some AAA level college ball. He's really good. His basketball connections actually, honestly, if I remember correctly, because you're such a good basketball player, it helped you kind of bridge the gap to meet somebody who saw your talent on the acting side.
That's right.
Which that's what got you on Undateable.
Yeah. I was playing basketball. Didn't even have an agent, but I did have one hell of a jump shot and a hard dunk. And the legend is all with the eye. You got to go.
Rick.
Yeah.
Rick, basketball,
You know what? If
NBC.
when if you do a promo of what this episode is, I want it to be me sitting here laughing like I asked you to do this.
Rick, NBC basketball.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
That is a cool story, though.
You think that's a cool story? Or you think it's a cool story?
I think it's a cool story.
Thanks, man.
I was gonna say really, but in the affirmative way. Really,
right?
I do. No, you've actually. I like the Netflix National Lampoon's movie that you did. I was very happy to see you in that. I watched that with my wife, and I was just like, this is what he's been talking about.
Thank you so much. But you know
he played Harold Ramis in National Lampoon's.
And if you can't see it, maybe this will help. If I got the microphone out of my way, I mean.
Yeah. No, that's a spot on.
Jeremiah, I want to wear your shirt on the show.
Okay.
And then I want to have you on.
Okay. I'd love that.
My question is, what's better promotion for you? To wear your shirt and have you on, so I'm promoting you heavily, but in one episode, or to have you on and wear a different shirt and not, do you understand?
If you wear my shirt on a random episode, that's better than it being a super pack. So if you have any of those, I will wear one on this. Okay.
But I'll be getting some. I'm in the process of
I think people wear those.
You know, can I tell you something cool? How are we on time? Because I don't have to tell you this at all.
No, tell me. We'll get into the next segment here after you tell me that.
Well, I just wanted I'll do a shorter version, but you know, this is so much work, and it's I'm putting in over 40 hours a week in just the editing of this, and there's still everything else. There's the scheduling, there's the producing, there's bringing people footage, there's the promos, there's the subtitles, blah 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 blah. So I've been reaching out for help a little bit, and kindly, so many people have been offering assistance. But you pick like the people that seem like trustworthy and that have a skill set. And I've recently found a few people that have been willing and wanting to help. and a couple of two in particular artists and made the coolest merchandise for me. I'm so excited, and I don't know what if I'm turning into shirts or posters or if I'm going to even do anything yet. But I got really excited because I'm finally thinking I think I'm going to do merchandise now.
You should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like this one, like what am I? I can't just take it take your shoes off on a shirt. That's where I was at like a week ago.
Of course.
You have to have people that do this.
I know that they're artists for a living. That's what they do.
Do you know Photoshopped AF? Do you know them? The Instagram handle?
Oh yeah.
They are fucking, he's nuts.
Amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah. And he's helped me out so much on my podcast. Anyway, it's just, it's an interesting dynamic that the podcast culture is so socially driven that you could literally reach out with creative suggestions and people from a different country collaborate with you.
Yeah.
I just think that's the podcast culture is just so intimate and impressive.
I love it.
So I'd actually like to really quick cut to a segment that I like to call the podcast culture.
Okay.
And then you'll play the podcast culture theme song and you'll put the graphic overlays.
Here. Well, we don't have the theme song in the edit, so you'll have to play it from memory because I don't.
To be honest with you, I'd rather you just take care of this. I have so much work to do on my podcast.
You have 40 hours a week. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so you'll just put in a theme song.
We'll just leave that then. Let's get into this next segment called Fanning Out.
Fanning Out. Questions from fans.
Okay. So I reached out to people online. I said, if you could ask Rick Glassman, if you could ask Russ Glickman any questions, what would they be? And if they have any character suggestions for us to try to improv, then,
I think you just added the character suggestion part.
No, I really did that in the description. Yeah. Okay. Nice to see you're following me on Instagram.
Did you tag me in it?
No, I didn't want it to be a secret. I didn't want it showing up in your feed.
Okay.
So
I follow you on Instagram.
I know. I follow you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Funny stuff.
At ZooManDDestroy.
Don't even ask. He fucking does not stop messaging me. I blocked him out. Don't even want to hear it.
Gotcha.
I'm just joking. I don't know who that is. Go ahead. Imagine. I'm just like this. The podcast culture is really cool. Nope,
really
not
cool.
answering.
Absolutely. That guy, I hate him.
No.
Okay.
Maybe he'll buy a shirt.
I enjoyed Tony's appearance, Tony Hinchcliffe, on TYSO, Take Your Shoes Off, and thought the tension between him and Rick was really interesting. So I was wondering how strong that divide is now between silly/surreal comedians who come from an improv background and more traditional setup punchline comedians.
So have me back on again, will you?
Yep.
Another time, a month, a year, whenever it is.
Yeah.
Reach out to him and say, tighten that up.
You got it.
Too many things.
Cool. This next one is from at Greg Flores. Do people actually do Rick's podcast without their shoes? What if their feet stink?
Everybody has taken their shoes off.
Except
my grandma.
Well, okay.
I've had some heavy hitters taking their shoes off. And a lot of times people think it's a joke. And what
now, does that come from an actual place where when people come over to your house, they take their shoes off?
So I had extreme obsessive compulsive disorder as a kid. And
you still have it?
It flares up. I'm best when I leave my house. My house is kind of my safe space. So I often don't want people to come over. I have too many rules.
You would rather go out rather than give them like, don't touch it, don't sit there, don't do this.
I like I said to you before, for a while I didn't know when I was bothering people. And as I become more aware of myself, I see how much of my things could get in other people's way. And at my house, I have just don't touch, wash your hands, use a coaster, don't shoes. I have so many things. It exhausts me to even have to teach them to people.
Right.
So I just go like, don't come over.
How is that on your relationships with the opposite sex then?
So, well, let me first finish that. The reason I did take your shoes, I call it.
And that was a very clinical way of me asking about.
I will answer that.
Yeah.
But take your shoes off is a very digestible one. Everyone, even if you don't take your shoes off, you get it.
You get it from other people. Just culturally, a lot of people when you go to their house, hey, on the carpet,
sure,
take your shoes off.
It doesn't seem that weird,
right?
So it's kind of like a gateway. The OCD issue that I have.
OCD, gateway drug.
So I never lived with a girl before. And the girl I'm dating now, shout out to Betty. She lives in London. So when she is here, for 4 or 5 weeks at a time, sometimes we're living together. And it's tough.
Because you have all your set things.
Yeah. I have my...
Especially if you haven't lived with another woman before, like long term, like that probably feels very invasive out of nowhere, even though you're either in like or in love with this person,
love.
Okay. You're in love with this person. I didn't want to.
Oh, and dude,
say anything. Yeah.
Make sure you edit this out.
Okay.
She is fucking.
Does she have those blah blah blah?
Dude, she's like.
Does she have the?
Dude, sometimes I'll look at her and I'll just be like doing my thing and I'll turn and I go, hey.
If you showed me a picture, I go, yeah.
You tell me. Yeah. Let me take a look. Let me take a quick little look at her.
Okay. Here. I actually have a picture of her on my phone.
Damn! Bitch is thin! Cut another trailer where they'd be like, I don't know when I bother people, and then 8 minutes of us going, we do have fun here, though.
We do have a lot of fun. We got to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, so, but I'm having a hard time.
Rick?
Yes. Jeremiah.
Rick?
Oh, fuck. Hold on.
Rick? 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 Oh. Hey.
Hey, sorry about that. I had to fart.
Does your neck feel sore?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's from the doing the chairs. We have to look to the left and to the right.
Oh, could you show me one more picture?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. She puts the boner in Flintstones or whatever. You get it. You're gonna be so tired in a half hour. Okay. No, she is. She's not just beautiful on the outside. Let me show you a picture of her. On the inside.
Show me her. And we're back on Take Your Shoes Off. Jeremiah Wonders, the mashup show. Okay.
It's for horses.
So yeah, you find it troubling.
But I do want to say though, because I want to be like honest about this. I think it's really good for me to be around somebody that I mean, the disrespect.
I was looking at more pictures.
Oh, how's she look,
dude?
It's good. It's good. I need to learn how to be blah 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 blah. So, Betty, thank you for your patience with me. And
when you first said that you're seeing a girl named Betty in London, totally thought you were making.
Oh,
it
she's
up.
real. If you don't believe me, how would I know instinctually how to do this so well? You know how to do it too.
Squeezers, dude.
You must be married.
Yeah,
dude.
Long term,
dude. And you know, you can cut this off. Hey, tell me.
Hey, yeah, tell me.
Now that
if you look, can I show you a picture of my penis?
Yeah. Why are you getting it up? Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What's the main difference between like before you were married and now that after you're married about banging your wife?
Okay, let's just say it only gets better with age.
Please put in my theme song music here. I'll send you the file. I'll send you the file. Oh, yes. We have fun here.
We do have a lot of fun.
Any more questions? Or should I say any more brain busters if you're a Billy Madison fan?
I don't know. Okay.
You know, it'd be cool if podcasts could be sponsored the way the NBA playoffs are by like big action movies.
Oh,
like before a movie comes out, like we just,
Yeah.
Anyway,
I dig that.
Nice.
A long time ago, Rick Glassman started a podcast.
Hi guys, my name's Rick. I want to start a podcast, but I don't know where to begin.
He didn't know where to begin.
I like trailers that like they say the lines, but then like the VO guy literally repeats what they just said.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so the writing is so like
we just did it.
We'll do more.
I don't want to throw you under the bus here, but yeah, that thing we just did.
He said.
Okay. Willie _Hunter. I just have to ask this because Willie wrote a comment and I just,
shout out to Willie _Hunter. Not to be mistaken with Willie Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Which sexual position did your parents do to conceive you?
Gross, man. The only position I ever picture my parents having sex would be missionary.
Okay.
And I picture it. Oh,
the time.
Shout out to Willie Alexander.
Shout out to Rick's missionary physician. Okay, what is your favorite extremity to stretch? Cymaticist on Instagram.
Hamstrings. Helps my lower back.
How's your lower back?
Good. I stretch my hamstrings.
Good thing it's not pork strings, because this guy is Jewish. We'll be right back after this.
Hey,
was that
really good?
Was that good?
Yeah.
Did you like that one?
I like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, Rick, was that last one too much?
Nope.
Okay.
You know what to do, baby boo.
Get on with the questions.
Okay. Big Papi Ortiz. Big Papi Ortiz. Big Papi Ortiz.
Oh, it's a baseball player?
77. Oh, we were close, but then the 77 came in. So
How do you
I
know
think
that
he's a fan.
that's his baseball number?
Oh, okay. So Big Papi's a big fan of the show. What's Rick's strangest on-stage experience? Also, please get him to flex some of his freestyle bars.
You know, you asked me to flex my bars, but you don't ask me to open jars, because the strength of my hand and my mind ain't the difference between the strength of my pen, eye, bar. Hold them, fold them, give them up, scold them. Can't get in trouble if you don't get caught scolding. Now I was 16 years old the first time I thought it, but then never stopped the gimmick to the never, Lord, I bought it, cause I bought a car. I drove it to the whole way. Never stop when you driving in the old way. Ford range, my range, no games, no reins. Can't put it on unless you got no maintain. And the strangest experience I ever had on stage was when I fell asleep on stage.
The bars fell off. I don't know what happened. Keep going.
I fell asleep on stage.
Fell asleep on the stage.
I woke up.
Before I turned the page, I woke up. I was 16, I think was my age. But Rick Glassman, he's starting to feel the rage. Looking in my eyes. Now he's looking at my thighs. Girl, show me pictures of your GF. Blah, 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 blah. Guys, what? Feeling them. Straight up stealing them. Looking to the left and looking to the right. Checking out Rick's girl. Ooh, that body tight. But not as tight as things like relationships. I'll take you, witch, to my wife. She's at home, never home alone.
Are you going to keep all this?
Grab the phone.
Are you going to keep all this in? Because I'm embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed?
No, I'm just kidding. The thing is, sometimes I'll get insecure. I'll look in the mirror and I'll believe I know for sure that who I am on the outside is defined by the obscure, but who I am inside is never more than sure that I can't stop. I won't stop. I have stopped. I cop drop. I zip zop. I tick tock. I stop trot. I love cock. Cause everything I do for one thing. I do for old men. I do for old men. I do for I just want to hold them.
Old men. I just want to hold them.
Have you ever
Put
noticed
it in
that
my
old
body
men?
and straight up fold them. I like them old men. Not them old women. I like them old men.
You can't say that.
You get within.
Can't say that.
You feeling like a friend? Be my old man. Put an Old Spice. Feeling real nice. Is that a dude or is that my wife? Mic drop.
I was gonna ask if you noticed that. Is it me or are old men getting older?
Or is it me or old men?
Let me ask you a question. This is from. This is just a whole bunch of pictures of cocks.
I only print them in black and white.
Ask Rick why everyone is so sure that his dick is so big. I don't know. I guess.
Why is your how is everyone so sure that your dick is so big?
I have no idea.
Let me hear that.
Sure.
That's what it says.
Yeah. Hey, take a look at my girlfriend's butt.
Whoa! Because you turned it around, it's her butt.
Yeah.
The back cover of the phone.
Now,
hey, now,
yep.
Can you call your dad or uncle?
What do you want me to call him?
Dad.
You got it. He answers a phone like so racist.
Put on speaker. Yeah, you got it.
Daddy, I got to let you know that I have you on speakerphone and I'm on a podcast with Jeremiah Watkins.
You know, I saw you doing something with Jeremiah on Instagram today.
Yeah?
Can he hear me?
Yeah. How are you?
Yo, Jeremiah, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Great to hear from you.
You blowing that sax a lot?
We actually, your son was just tickling the ivories and I was blowing that sax. So we made some pretty beautiful music together.
You know, Dad's not too shy to the idea of people blowing saxes because I'll tell you, his wife, she sure blows a sax out of her butt. Ain't that right, Dad?
Hey, Jeremiah, it was 4 years ago and 4 months and 3 weeks that Ricky and I did your podcast at your place.
Wow.
Sunset by Vermont.
Is that a real, is that real?
No, but it's close.
He does it. He says it's 8 weeks ago and he's always spot on. So I thought that might be real.
You are a very convincing liar.
Hey, Dad, real quick before we hang up, will you have Mom fart? My mom, when
you're killing.
She's ready. She has diarrhea, so that might be dangerous.
Oh, Dad, this is, come on. So whenever I go home, my mom farts, and whenever she farts, she acts like she's so embarrassed that it slipped out. Like I always burp. I never fart. You're always farting. Here. Get your sax. Hey, Dad. Jeremiah wants to do could Mom hear us?
Yeah.
Jeremiah wants to do an impression of what it's like to sit in the living room with Mom. So have her listen up. Here it comes.
Okay.
Oh, I never do that. I'm so embarrassed. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I think it was the winking lizard. Shout out to the winking lizard in Mayfield Heights for their buffalo boneless bites.
With that sex.
Assholes, both of you.
Speaking of assholes.
Yeah. There she goes.
Oh. Hey, Dad.
You know what, Ricky?
Yes.
Did you know that there was a volcano that erupted in New Zealand 2 days ago?
I hate to step on your punchline, but I thought that was just Mom sleeping.
Yes, exactly.
Also, I do want to say that all jokes aside, it is a terrible thing that's happening, and global warming is real, and we all need to do better. So,
yes,
Dad, could you? We're gonna hang up, but could you lead us into the sponsor, which is Marshall Rug Gallery? Look to camera, Dad. Look to camera.
Listen, guys, it's December. From now until December 31st, you get every 8x11 rug at Marshall Carpet in stock for 25% off. 25% off our already marked down sale price. The values are unbelievable.
What's the promo code?
Yes. Marshall Carpet One and Rug Gallery, 1451 Som Center Road, MarshallCarpet.com.
And we'll be right back. All right, love you. Bye, Daddy.
Love you.
Bye, Jer.
Well, there you have it.
Well,
I gotta say, if anybody is still watching this episode to this point,
yeah,
I really want to plug the episode I did with my dad and cousin Teddy a couple weeks ago. It's episode, I think, 30.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
32.
I saw that on YouTube today.
It's the best, not just the best podcast. It's the best thing I've ever been a part of. Nobody knows what Uncle Bob does for a living. My dad's brother. Nobody knows something with phones. I want to look up his Twitter. I think I know what it is. But it's just so I get it exact. Maybe we could. Okay, here it is. Tell me what this means. Here's what his description is. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Economic development and client advocate of internet bandwidth and fixed voice communications. You go ahead and read that and tell me what you think that means. He's a professional at this.
I have no idea. Economic development and client advocate of internet bandwidth. Okay. So maybe helping improve signals in certain areas.
So my dad and my cousin, we got so high.
Yeah.
And then after about an hour, Uncle Bob comes in for the last 40 minutes or so, sober, and tries to explain to us what he does for a living. And my cousin Teddy's amazing on the keys, and we're doing songs and we're playing, and he says he does something with phones, and he goes, "Hey Rick, how many phones that are used? How many do you think are cell phones compared to landlines?" I go, I don't know, like 80. He goes, 70. Like he's making this big point.
Yeah.
So he does all these stats for like 4 minutes. And then I go, but Uncle Bob, what is it that you do? He goes, it's a no-brainer. And we never get to it. And we're laughing so hard. And afterwards, I realized it was maybe a little mean. And shout out to Uncle Bob. I'm sorry. We were high and I love you so much and you're the man. But, oh man, you know what my problem is? When I plugged it for too long.
That's okay. It's great.
It wasn't an elevator pitch.
Go
It's just
go
so
check it out.
good.
Go check it out. It's so good. Sometimes you can't even encapsulate how good something is. And that's going to bring us to our final segment. And that's called Sax Talk. Sax Talk. All right. So in this segment, Rick is going to share a story of any sexual encounter. It doesn't matter how graphic or how innocent. Any encounter. And I'm going to play some sweet, sweet sax underneath.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready, I'll start playing along. So just start your monologue and I'll fill it in with some sweets.
I've only had sex with one person.
I love it.
So I have to do an experience with her. So
You've been with some girls. No, he's been with one girl.
You know what I've been with? I've been with some girls.
Yeah.
I've only been with one
woman,
one wife.
And you've been with one wife?
Yeah. No. Well, she, you know, she's wifey. She will be.
Oh, okay, cool.
So check this out.
Yeah.
In case you don't know what I'm saying, take a look at what she looks like. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, I met this girl named Betty. And I had never been with a woman like this before. I started to get a little bit in my heady. But much to my surprise, bitch's pussy was still fucking sore. I laid into her like she was a Thanksgiving feast. It was about 18 hours before she got down on her knees. But it wasn't to propose to this beast. But it was to suck on these. But all jokes aside, Betty, I love you so. And if you're listening into this podcast, dope. It's for you, Betty.
That felt really nice. Can we end the show with you playing your theme song? But I'm gonna sing Jeremiah Wonders over it instead of Scoop Doo. Can we do that? I love you, Rick. Thank you for coming by the show.
For having me.
This is a blast, and this reminds me of the time that me and John DeWalt went and saw the Lonely Island's Pop Star movie in theaters, and I don't know why we don't hang out more than we do.
I'm in.
You're in?
I mean, if you come into the Valley, I'm in almost all the time.
Okay. I just need to be in your vicinity.
I'll come sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
Throw me an invite.
Okay, cool.
Could you give me a 2, 3, 4?
Yeah. 2, 3, 4.
Jeremiah wonders. Jeremiah wonders.
Could you push in?
Push in? Can you push in?
Push in.
Can you push in? Can you push in?